What is up, guys? Riley here, and today we are going to get started on the Bronco build. I'm very excited to bring this build to you guys, mostly because I haven't been able to get some crawler content out to you guys. And I've really been waiting since Christmas to get this build done. This was my little sister's truck, but I then traded it. This was hers, and I had a Axial Yeti Jr., and she didn't like how slow it was, so we traded trucks. This will still be a good truck that she's going to be able to drive when we take ours out, whether it's a competition or we're just taking our trucks out to crawl around and have fun. Just something so she can tag along and have fun with us. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build. Alrighty, so here we go. Starting off, here are the parts we have for today's video. We are planning on getting way more parts in for this truck, and I cannot wait until those come in because I think they're going to make a crazy amount of difference, especially with this being a hard body. So starting off, obviously, we've got the red Bronco body. You guys have seen some of it, but I really haven't had it on the channel much. The next thing is we do have the chassis here. This now has a Hot Racing 66 turn brushed motor. This is just temporary. It's a motor we had laying around, so we went ahead, threw it in there so that it had a good strong motor until we can get it upgraded to a even better motor. The next thing is going to be a big thing that I've really been excited for because I haven't had any experience with portals other than the black C10. Are these new nylon portal axles that Mofo RC has. They're about $40 after tax and shipping. They're about $35 for the front and rear axle. You can also get a third axle if you want to do a 6x6. That's what these came from. But yeah, I decided to go with these, mostly to give the body some clearance so I don't have to cut it up as much, and to give the chassis and axles some clearance from the ground. Just a lot of clearance is really what I'm looking for, because the Bronco body is very beautiful, and it being a hard body, it's going to be hard to cut, both mentally and just cutting it because it's hard. But this is the rear axle. They come with wheel nuts and brass hexes. They're the original. They're not extended hexes. You can get CVDs for these by Mofo, or you can go on Maz Design and get them already with CVDs. They're $50 on Maz Design, but they do come with the CVDs, and you can also get a brass kit from Maz Design for these. It should fit these and the ones that Maz Design has. So I'll definitely put a link down below for all these parts. And another thing is, check out all my discount codes. We've got discount codes at Organics for any battery needs. They've got some really good batteries. I like their batteries. I've got 2 of them. And they're really the only ones I use throughout all the trucks, even though we have like 10 stock batteries. But yeah, I really like their batteries, so definitely check them out. I've got, like I said, I've got some codes for Endura and Mofo RC too. So definitely check those out and save you guys some money while helping out the channel. The next thing is another big thing that I'm kind of excited for is this EcoPower 12 gram servo. This servo is actually bigger than a Emax servo. So the tray that comes with these axles, they come with steering links and a servo tray. This is fit for a Emax servo. Well, this is actually a little bit longer / deeper than an Emax. So because this is more like a stock style tray, I think I'm going to have to cut this back out, but we'll see what we can do. If I can't cut the back out, or if I do and it's not enough, I may have to print some spacers, but I'll let you guys know what I had to do to get that done. The next thing is, they're going to be the Proline Super Swampers. The reason I went with these is because they're a very realistic tire. as you can see here, you see these a lot on real rock crawlers, and they already come with a plastic rim. The reason I did that was to save up so that I can do the stage 2 of the build, because stage 2 is going to be a lot. And the fact that these came with rims made it a lot easier for me. And by the way, this is going to be a 4th of July build for you guys. That's why I was saving here on these for the future, because stage 2 is hopefully going to come soon. But stage 2 is going to be awesome. I can't wait for it, and I hope you guys can't wait for it either. But yeah, we also had to get some new electronics, because I stole the electronics from this and put it in my pulling truck, which I also have to make another video on, because you guys have not seen it yet, and I would like to show you guys what that is and how I built it. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into building. So the first thing I think we're going to do is we're going to install the axles. Everything's already on this chassis, links and everything, so the only thing I need to put on this, the axles, are the drive shafts. So I'll get the drive shafts on them, and then I'll get to putting the axles on the chassis. Alrighty, so here we go. I've got the rear axle attached, as you can see here. Went together really easily. The first time I did it, I actually did the links wrong. I wasn't paying attention, so I had to unscrew it and redo it again. We're going to go ahead and start the front axle. So the front axle is going to take a little more. So we got to put our tray on. But before I go putting the tray on, I'm actually going to start trimming it. So I'm going to get my clippers and start trimming on it, figure out what I need to do to get the EcoPower servo to fit. Alrighty, so there we go. We've got the servo attached, and it doesn't look too bad. We've got our spacers in the side. Those make it look kind of janky, but that's okay with me. So next we'll be attaching the servo mount and servo to the axle. There we go. Pretty simple. It's got pretty good weight, truly. The next thing we're going to have to do is get the steering links together. So these are aluminum steering links. They do come with the axle kit, the front and rear axle. We do have to put the ball joints and such in. So we'll definitely be doing that. Alright, so here we go. We got the front axle all set up. Wasn't too bad getting that set up. I'm going to cut everything off. I was using that to center out the servo. Now I'm going to get that unplugged, actually. And now we're going to be installing the front axle. Okay, so here we go. We've got the Bronco here. And we're getting ready to take it out on the course. And man, has this thing made a complete transformation. I do have to say, I really do like these tires. I was thinking because the type of tire they are, they would look better on an older style vehicle, but they just look awesome on the Bronco, as you can see. The Bronco has plenty of stance. I don't know if I'll be widening it anymore, but we'll definitely see. Maybe we'll put an LCG chassis on it, not too sure. I kind of like the chassis setup as is. The body, or the ESC, is moved to the back, battery up front, so I can get a little more forward weight for inclines and such. The portal axles went on really good, and they're really clean. I like the look of them. They're kind of like a stock look almost. They came with the steering links and the servo tray, which were awesome. And so far I've driven it a little bit. They seem really nice, very smooth. The next thing is, if you can see this right there, that little piece right there with the holes in it, that's actually keeping me from putting flex blades on it on the front and the rear. So that kind of sucked. Maybe I can figure out a way to make some flex blades for it that just kind of passes that, or maybe I can cut them, but that's kind of not really what I want to do. But on the front, I know I'm not going to be able to fit flex blades because the giant C hub, because of the portals. The servo is pretty quick. You can run this servo up to 8.4 volts, and that's exactly why I got it, because we will be going brushless soon, hopefully. And that's really the reason I got it, so I could have a good servo. And I really can't wait to try it on 8.4 volts, especially for only being a 12-gram servo. The inside is a little messy with wiring. Definitely going to have to get that cleaned up. If you've seen my builds, I like clean builds. But there's a lot of wiring and a lot of cleaning up to do for that. But other than that, I mean, the chassis setup's really nice. The motor in it is temporary. I don't like this motor because it is a little slow. It definitely has plenty of torque, but it's really slow compared to your Endura and Mofo RC motors, which is okay for now. Like I said, we're going to be swapping it. We're going to be getting new shocks and everything. But enough of that. This thing looks like a beast. Let's see how it looks on the course. Alrighty, so we're going to do the normal course run. I'm not expecting too much out of it because we really didn't add weight. The only weight we added may have been the portals, and those give it, make it really top heavy. V2 electronics give it a really nice slow crawl. Tires are doing pretty good. I did forget to mention the tires have been vented. I drilled some holes in the wheels. Ooh. So yes, they are vented. This part of the course really hurts the truck because it doesn't have much travel. As you can see, that'll definitely change. Other than that, it's pretty planted. Yeah, as you can see there, those shocks are really throwing us off. Alright, to push through it. A little tire wiggle. Those portals really help clear the rock right there. If you don't know, all the trucks catch up on that really bad, or at least the ones without portals in smaller tires. Oh, roll over. There we go. So this part kind of hurts it because we don't have any links on it. But there we go. I tend to notice that with without the suspension travel and high clearance links, on things like that, as long as you give it enough gas, it'll get up pretty easily, as you saw there. This part's pretty tricky. Trying not to flip over. Ooh, there it is. Oh, we saved it. Now we gotta make a hard right here, if we can get foot back over. This is one thing I want to wait for. Oh, there we go. And the travel. I think travel is going to help a lot better than weight. Just because it's going to let those wheels stay planted. There we go. There we go. Taking it easy. Just real quick. I got a feeling it's not going to do it. Really top heavy. Whoa, wow. It's definitely pulling the wheel up, but for it to not have much weight and it being pretty top heavy, that was actually really good. Once you get over that lip on the bottom, it does not care. Man, these tires are gripping. We'll put her on sideways. This is another problem with it being so top heavy, is the side roll on it, which is definitely something that shocks can help. If you can get a bit stiffer of a shock, and a wider truck. I don't think I'm going to go wider, like I said earlier. I don't think we're going to be able to get that, but usually if you can get some stiffer shocks, maybe it'll keep the body from rolling as much, and it'll keep it from flipping over as much on inclines like that. So yeah. Alrighty, so there we go. Honestly, the little bit of upgrades we did really blew this build out the water. Both in looks, I really love the look of this, and in performance. So, like I was talking about, there wasn't much weight added to this truck. So, going to the wheels and stuff, I really do like the wheels, or the tires. They turned out really good, even with the lightweight. So, if you saw the review on these tires, I was talking about how I think they're a good lightweight and heavy weight rig tire. And they did really good on the incline. This, like, on the incline, I was, like, completely surprised. I did not think it even had a chance to get up that, and it walked right up it. It did lift a wheel up. It's top heavy, but they just gripped. It was amazing. I did not expect it to do that at all. I was just waiting for it to spin. The side hilling was a little off. I couldn't get it up. I couldn't even get it to sit on the board. That kind of sucked. Maybe we'll try and fix that. Definitely some weight will help that, keep it planted to the ground. And then shocks are definitely going to be another thing. Wheels can be a thing. I think if I put wheels on it and wheels only, I think it would be just the perfect rig. If you guys are looking for something, maybe your siblings or the older people watching, if you have kids or something, this is like the perfect setup. Just a good motor that'll last long. Same with the servo. These portal axles will give your kids plenty of clearance. So they're definitely going to enjoy driving something like this, I say. And I mean, even you can drive it. This is a really fun rig. I think this is the most capable rig we have. With the amount of mods it has to it. Obviously it's not the most capable, but with the amount of upgrades it has, it's definitely super capable and really up there compared to the other trucks we have, which I am very happy about because I really haven't spent any money on this truck. The only thing that's going to cost you is the actual Bronco itself. Pretty expensive just because it's got the hard body and everything. But maybe you can find a different body, maybe a soft Bronco body instead of a hard body. You know, that's really where the cost is in the lights. But yeah, this thing performed great. I cannot wait to get a little bit of weight on it. I've got way more upgrades coming, and I am super excited for those upgrades also. So guys, hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. There are codes in the description that you can use when finishing your orders at Mofo RC or Genix RC with the batteries. By the way, that's what we're running in here, our Genix 450, and we have one for Endura 2. So definitely check out those websites. Use my code for 5% off. and I'll see you guys in the next video.